Welcome to a new semester. So hope you had a good break and you are ready for a new semester. So let's start off with this first thing, which is your introduction and team sign up. So I'm just going to make myself a little smaller so you can see it better. So why is this important? Why is your introduction important? Well, you guys have, you know what you want. You have some ideas to what you want from this course, and you know how you're gonna feel when you get this. Uh, and how would you like to not only get this, but a lot more than that? Wouldn't that be awesome, right? So this is the course where I want you to think outside the box, and I want you to be really successful in this class. So that's why you know we're going to be going through certain things together, and I'm going to create more videos like this to help you achieve your goals as well. So let's first start with this. Like, see, beginning of everything that you have, like, you have a goal in mind, that what you want, right? And then you have to imagine what it's going to be to achieve that. Then you believe that you can do it, and then you assemble a team, or you do it yourself, and then you actually do it, right? That's how it would work. So if you want team to be successful, let me show something over here. According to Harvard Business Review, 75% of cross-department teams are dysfunctional, okay? And some of the reasons that they have come up with are these. These are the reasons for failure, okay? And actually I modified that list to come up with these. And we're gonna take an example and I'll show you why it is important. So when you're introducing yourself, start off first with goal. Goal is, what you want. So let me give you an example. Let's say you and your team have the assignment to go to Dallas, and you're supposed to report on Dallas. You're supposed to drive around and see, what you find interesting and report on that. Actually, that was one of the assignment. I'm just, kind of telling you, it's not possible now, but it was an amazing assignment when we did study abroad. I took students to Taiwan and South Korea. So that was an amazing experience. But so let's just stick to that. So let's say your goal is to go to Dallas, and depending upon where you start from Houston and where you want to go in Dallas, Houston is a big city, so is Dallas. So it could be anywhere from 200 to 300 miles. Okay. So your goal is that. Now, if the team is comprised of students that actually want to perform better, like this, so their goal is to achieve higher, okay? What will they do? They will not only look at the map of Dallas and find out what are the best places, how to get there, what are the best times to go to, so you can avoid traffic and so on and so forth. So that's like a high performing team, okay? Versus a low performing team, or the goal for, let's say your goal, what you want from life or from something is low, meaning you don't have high expectations, you don't want anything. And again, it's totally fine. Be completely honest with yourself. You want something really amazing and awesome, or you're satisfied with just the bare minimum. That's totally fine. Again, nobody's judging you over here. Just be completely honest, okay? So let's say there is a group of individuals that have the goal is kind of low. What will they do? They'll say, you know what, do we really have to go? Can we just look at the pictures of Dallas online? Hey, Google Maps is pretty good view. It can show you the streets and all that. So why don't we do that? So you see the difference. So high performance team will actually do all the research, make sure that they have the proper vehicle. Let's say car has gas. Somebody looks at the GPS, the route, how do they want to go. And all of them are super pumped, super excited to achieve that. Versus the low performing team is like, as people are complaining, should we really have to do it? What's the bare minimum we can do? Or somebody sleeping in the back, so like the freeloaders or slackers or whatever, free riders, whatever you want to call it. And again, I'm not judging here. A lot of you have things going on in your life, so be completely honest as to how much effort you can put in the class. Okay. And then the next part is how do you plan or organize? Are you a detail-oriented person with wants, like step-by-step analysis, just like a GPS, like, go whatever, 0.2 miles, make a right, then another half a mile, then make a left, so on and so forth. So, or you're like, at the last minute, just put together something. And again, I'm not judging. There are lots of students that actually can perform really, really good at the last minute. They are super good at that. And some actually need to completely plan everything. Like if the assignment is due in 2 weeks, they're going to start today. They're going to like say, okay, by Monday, we're going to do this. By Wednesday, we're going to do this, and so on and so forth, versus assignment is due in 2 weeks. Hey, I can do it in 4 hours or whatever it is. And that's how they would do it. By the way, I don't know if you know, there's a guy called Parkinson's law. Okay, you could even look it up. What he said is an activity takes as long as you give it. So if you give something 4 hours, you probably would be doing it and actually be cutting it close. You probably won't even be able to get it done, and you'll be begging for extension of deadline. But if somebody gives 2 weeks for that, guess what? They will take entire 2 weeks to do it. Again, there are exceptions, but look it up, Parkinson's law. An activity takes as long as you give it. So so think about you. So this is all about who you are. Again, nobody's judging you or anything like that. But if a person that is a planner, likes details and everything, is in a team, person doesn't like to plan, they're going to be issues in that team. Okay. Same thing with the goal, high achiever, low achiever. And again, I'm not judging at all. Like, you got things going on in your life. This is not the only thing you're doing. Okay. Totally fine with that. Just be honest. Okay. And how are you in terms of thinking? This is the next part. Do you think a lot better by yourself? You don't want anybody to bother you, or do you like to brainstorm in a group? Okay. By the way, this pandemic is probably awesome for introverts because, introverts, you don't have to talk to anyone. You can just stay home and you're more productive that way. Versus extroverts are like, man, this is, I can't wait to get out of my house. This is miserable, blah, blah, blah. So, they're miserable when they're not with people. So I would highly encourage you to actually go to the other side, or if you're an introvert, try to think from an extrovert's point of view. If you're an extrovert, try to sympathize with an introvert. And also, if you're an introvert, it's very likely that people may even think of you as, because you don't talk, may think of you as somebody who's not that smart, who doesn't have any ideas, or is not interested in all of that. Versus if you are too much of an extrovert, you might come across as a bully who's, completely taking over the decision and all that. So you got to understand where people are and try to understand them and try to come to see the focus should be your goal. What is your goal? How you can achieve it, and rather than trying to find faults or figure out why somebody can't do it, always bring them back to what your goal is. Okay. And this is kind of very similar to, how do you kind of like the planning part? Are you doing it early or are you doing it at the last minute? And the next is personality. Are you the leader or are you the follower? And again, classroom is a good setting, or rather this online classroom is a good setting for you to stretch and for you to actually achieve your goal. So if you have been a follower and you want to be a leader, so this is your chance to do that. And you'll be having multiple team assignments. So if you want everybody to have an equal say in the assignment, that's fine. Or if you are to appoint a leader, that's fine too. I leave it totally up to you. But if you're a leader, try to kind of step back a little bit and see how you can listen more. And if you're a follower, try to see if you can take more initiative. And again, as I said, classroom is a great place for you to test out different things. Okay, what is the worst thing that could happen? Yeah, very rarely you're gonna fail the class unless you actually do something or totally wrong or don't do anything. Okay, even if you do something wrong, you're at least gonna get some credit. So classroom is a great setting for you to practice or try something new. All right. So let's see. So again, as I mentioned, just bullets is enough. I don't expect you to write long essays. And so I'm giving you an example right here. Okay. So you're giving your name. You're talking about what your goal is. How do you like to plan? How do you like to think? How do you like to add? And what's your personality? Okay. All right, so after you're done, and try not to rush into this, so do your introduction first. And if you are, okay, if you are the type of person that likes to do things fast, like, assignment is open and you are the first or first few for doing the assignment, guess what? Go into Blackboard, look under discussion, look under introduction, and try to find people that actually are similar. Okay, that will save you a lot of headache. A lot of the times it's like, when you, let's say, imagine you're going on a journey, okay, and this is, you're going on the ocean. Okay, back in the day, people used to look at the weather pattern and see what would be the best time to sail. Okay, they were not necessarily superstitious, but they were actually looking at the tides and how the wind was blowing, because you don't want to travel against the wind, against the tide. That requires too much effort. So same thing with the team. If you actually pick the best individuals, you're going to get the best results. Okay. And again, not putting anybody down. It's totally your personality. If you like to do it at the last minute, that's totally fine. But if you are paired with somebody that likes to do before, then there's going to be a lot of conflict between the team. So totally fine, people that actually like to work fast, like to work early, pick people like you. Or if you want to challenge yourself, then pick somebody that's opposite to see how you can motivate and try to mimic your work life. Like, how's your work life? Do you have difficulty dealing with your team members? Maybe you could ask them these questions and see where they are. Maybe you can understand them better. And if somebody is the one that likes to do at the last minute, maybe give them the last part of the project, the introduction, the conclusion. Sorry, not the introduction. Actually, introduction also could be done at the end, but definitely the conclusion and any last part, you give it to them. Okay. So guys, be completely honest. So let me recap, do the introduction, and second is the team sign up. So after you do the introduction, look at, what type of people. You might be tempted to work with somebody that you've already worked with or pick up your friends. But again, look at the bigger picture. What is it that you want? If you definitely want an A in this class or better grades, then you want to be in a better team. All right. So thank you for, oh, by the way, 4 people per team. Make sure the team is diverse in terms of gender and race, if possible, major as well. The reason for that is most of the times we don't like to look bad in the other gender's eyes. So male, female, doesn't matter. Or sorry, there are other in between as well, LGBTQ. So whatever it is, we don't like to look bad in the other gender's eyes. So if it's all a group of males or all a group of females or all a group of others, sorry, not dismissing anyone, but we tend to waste too much time in socializing and other things, but versus when it's a mixed gender group and people are, then we are more likely to focus on what needs to be done. All right. So good luck with this assignment and the next one. And thank you for watching this. And I'll create a lot more videos for future. By the way, I like to create videos. I like to give you assignments. Like, I'd like to give you like instructions. And then I also like to create videos. So this way you have multiple ways to understand how the assignment is done. And some of you are enrolled in synchronous online class, which means there will be class sessions. So you can attend those as well. All right. I'll be giving you comments through multiple ways. All right. So thank you for watching again, and looking forward to seeing you in other videos, or if you're in the online class as well. All right. Have an awesome semester.